That was a good start. Wow, look how young Toto looks. I love that gold trophy. That was awesome. That was one of the best times with the British fans. Winning the British Grand Prix is the best thing ever. It's pretty awesome. 8 times.
It's been a tough weekend, but we've done it. We've bloody done it. Fantastic.
I remember just feeling nervous, you know, damn, it's raining. That means mistakes can happen, and it's the worst thing when it happens at your home Grand Prix particularly. I remember my brother Nicholas coming into my room, and he's like, don't worry about this, bro, you got this. This is your weather. I just felt so at one with the circuit. I know exactly where the grip is, where to put my car, where not to put my car. The conditions were so tough because people were just aquaplaning off, particularly going into Abbey. And I just remember every time I'd make it through and not go off, I could see the fans sitting in the rain, like stand up, and I knew that they were with me right on the edge of their seat as I was on the edge of my seat. So that was, for me, at least to that point, the greatest race that I'd ever done.
England! What a great feeling, guys.
2014 had been a while since I'd had a competitive car to be able to win the British Grand Prix. Nico ended up getting pole, and I ended up 6th. I was really, really distraught after that. There's the dark side, which is like, give up, you know, you ain't got it, you ain't nothing. And then there's the good side, it's like, yes, you got this, you can do this. When you have a bad day, it's often, you know, the negative side, you start listening to that and it drags you down more and more. And that's how I was experiencing that day, but I just brushed it off, came back the next day and drove my heart out, and we got that win.
Hamilton pointing to the crowd, saying thank you, and winning the British Grand Prix.
That was so important for me because, and I think for the British fans, it'd been a bit of a wait. I think as I've got older, I've been able to really harness that energy that you get from the fans. We've been on the whirlwind, we've been on such a journey together for so long. Oh, it's the best when the sun comes out on a Sunday and you see the British flags out there. It's all about the rhythm, getting into that rhythm and coming across the line first. You know what it means, not only for you, but just for everybody. It's one of the most special experiences an athlete can ever experience. If Valtteri's in the lead, and I'm holding on to him, he piles into the pits, and I just keep going, and they're like, you're gonna pit soon? I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I just kept going, and I did a 1-stop.
Oh, what a day. Oh, I love you, Silverstone.
There's one of those moments where you feel good, because you went with your gut instinct, and it was correct that time, at least. But me and Valtteri had a really great battle. On his good day, he was rapid. 2020 was such a weird year. No fans. I mean, it wasn't an enjoyable weekend because you couldn't share it with all those that have been on the road with you the whole time. However, you knew that they'll be watching, and so you still have to perform. But yeah, tire blew up on the last lap. I remember the countdown in my ear of how close Max was at the time. I didn't think I was going to make it, but somehow. I think people have, maybe not now, but in the past, underestimated just how good a job Red Bull have done for many years with their car. Lost on the start with a bit of wheel spin out to Max in the sprint race and ended up not being able to get close enough. I knew, though, that the next day I had to be ahead. I had to get ahead somehow. I think I got a better start, and he still held on to it on the outside through turn 1. We were dicing through 3, 4, all the way down into 5, where you think you run me a little bit wide. Came back on him, got the exit of 7.
Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside, and continent touch! Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash!
We collided. That's what happens in races sometimes. That's what motorsport sometimes entails. Had a 10-second penalty, so I was like, head down, focused, trying to recover that, and which it did, which I thought was quite a feat. You're not thinking about what happened earlier in the race, all you're thinking of being in the moment and sharing that with the fans. It wasn't in spite of the guy that I was competing who crashed. It was just literally just spirit of the moment, like sheer excitement we won the Grand Prix after colliding, after losing the position the day before, and so yeah. And that's that. When you do get your first win, you don't ever think, down the line, I'm going to have 8 British Grand Prix wins. Those are figures and numbers and statistics that you could only ever dream of.